Coach, I guess just some thoughts. A pretty dramatic victory.
Yeah, it was a great win for our program. I'm again, sound like a broken record, but really proud of our guys that we are able to figure out ways to win recently. And it just seems like every game it's a little bit different way on offense and defense. Even at the end, we had Charlie and DJ in the game. We haven't ever played those two at the same time. But for defensive purposes, and Charlie had a good presence on the ball. DJ got out there on the shot. First of all, in transition, he blocks the shot. And then he gets out there on that last attempt with 0.8 seconds and does a good job contesting it without fouling. Abe, once again, had a good game. Reggie was very aggressive, which we need him to be. So I just feel like a lot of guys are playing and kind of tweaking their game, but doing what they need to do to help us win.
And as far as executing the way that you guys wanted to execute coming into this game, do you feel like you were able to do that for the most part?
Yeah, I think we were. We ran a lot of stuff, and I think we slowed it down a little bit, and they slowed it down. That first half, it kind of got going for a while, but the game slowed down the second half. Both teams looked pretty fatigued, and yet they weren't going to go away. They're too good a team, too much pride. I mean, they've had a lot of success here in the last decade, and they're big, strong kids, and they were relentless down the stretch.
And you guys had a little bit of a lead in the first half, and then they came back with a big run, and then Devontae hits the three to bring it a little closer. Yep. You know, what were you telling your guys as far as being able to kind of, stop that run and get back into the game?
Well, exactly that. We need to stop their run by not fouling and put them on the free throw line, but we have to come up with the rebound. Cannot give up second chance opportunities, and that's a chore. Our guys are working as hard as they can to rebound, but Pitt's a big, strong team and very aggressive.
Okay, let's go to questions from Bud.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, there we go. Just a big sigh of relief at the end of this one, and a very well played basketball game between these two teams, and the Cougs come out on top 67-66 in the first game of this best-of-3 series, and obviously in a short series, important to get the first one.
It is very important, especially when it's on your home court, knowing that you have to go back there and play at least 1 or 2 games on their home court, a place we've never been. So it was a great win.
And obviously, you'd have to be very proud of this basketball team, the way they played without Brock Motive tonight.
Yeah, Brock is really missed. I mean, it would almost be like losing Clay last year. I mean, Brock's averaged 20 a game. Clay averaged a couple more points a game than that, but Brock has really been a solid part of our offense all season long. And then to now adjust at the very end, we're asking other guys to do some things that have been a little bit uncharacteristic during the course of the season, and that's been a few months. So our guys have adjusted well, and we're just plugging away till the end.
You had a double-digit lead, and then it was 8 with at about the 4-minute mark, and a couple of minutes prior to that, and then obviously after the 4-minute mark. You want to run as much time as you can off the clock, but still get a quality shot. How much more difficult is that for this team right now without having Brock in there?
Well, it's difficult. It was either come down and just look for the first shot, but that makes me a little nervous. So it was try to, like you said, milk the clock, move the ball, and take some time off as long as it's our lead, even though it wasn't much of a lead. And let's see if we can get a good shot as the shot clock's going down. And most of the time we did. We had a couple where they were very difficult shots, but it wasn't the players' fault. Those were my fault for just milking it too long.
It was down to a 3-point lead at 62-59, a little over 2 minutes left, and Abe Lodwick hit a huge 3 in his final game here at Field Court.
Yeah, it was nice to see. He shot that with great confidence. He just caught it and fired it without even thinking. And once again, he's played big. What do you have, 16 points again tonight?
Yes, he did.
You know, he's averaging about whatever it is, 19 or so a game the last 3 games, and he's doing an outstanding job. Not just scoring either. He's playing good defense. He's rebounding. He's just finishing off his senior year on a high note.
We talked on the pregame about how good of a rebounding team Pittsburgh is, number 6 in the nation in rebound margin, and it was really just a draw on the boards tonight.
Well, yeah, I don't look at it quite that way, but I mean, it's 30-29, but they had 13 offensive boards to our 8, and that's the area that bothered me. But it's hard, like you said. I mean, they're one of the top teams in the nation last few years on offensive rebounding. They're very difficult to keep off the glass.
I think you got to give Pitt a lot of credit. 3.5 seconds left. They got off a very good shot in that opportunity.
They did. They got off. I mean, the guy was right to the rim, and then they got the ball in bounds, and at least were able to catch it and shoot it from the corner, which is not always easy to do. So they did it.
Heck of a play by DJ on the block, though.
Yeah, it was. It was a great job on the block, and then on the inbounds pass for him to get out there and contest it without fouling.
Well, a momentum-building win here, your 19th win of the year, guarantees a winning season, and you go back to Pittsburgh now with 2 opportunities to come home with a CBI championship and a long plane flight tomorrow that you'll be watching a lot of video on, I imagine.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because we'll be on the same plane as Pitt, and so we'll be watching video of them, they'll be watching it of us, and sitting there telling secrets, so it'll be interesting.
All right, Ken, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
More questions from in here?
Ken, when one of the main priorities of your offense all season has been get the ball to Brock, how difficult is it to switch principles with him out in a week, and what exactly did you have to change?
Well, it's very difficult because we really, maybe to a fault, I really go to certain guys. It's not an equal opportunity deal at this stage. And just like the last few years, Klay Thompson was the man, and we were going to him through thick or thin. I mean, there was a time he missed, I think, 23 in a row during the course of a couple games. But we just kept going to him and going to him. And that's how we've been with Brock. And now with him out, we're just trying to create shots for other guys within their strengths.
And defensively, I think they made 7 of 13. Pitt made 7 of 13 from 3 in the first half.
Yeah, they lit us up. 10 for 20 from the 3 on the night. And I think that's what they've shot coming into this game. I think they were 50%, or right around 50% from the 3-point line in the 3 previous games. So they're shooting the ball really well, which makes it hard for us to guard them because they're so big and strong when they drive it and when they post up. Now they're able to attack us in a lot of different ways.
Was it even close for Brock tonight?
No, because he needs to be able to run before he can play, and he can barely walk.
Do you think he's got a chance Wednesday?
I think he has a chance, but it's a slim chance.
Any more questions for Coach?
How happy were you with the team-wide performance? I mean, you guys had 3 different people in double figures and 7 players scored.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the stats too closely yet, but all in all, I'm just really proud of the team. I thought, again, we were extremely tired that last 6-8 minutes, and yet we were able to hang on and beat a team that's good. They're big, they're strong, they're athletic, they have great tradition, and they weren't going to roll over and leave. They were going to fight till the end, and they did, right down to the last second. So I thought our guys persevered.
Thank you, Coach.
Ken, one last question. Are you really on a plane with Pittsburgh tomorrow?
We're really on a plane with Pittsburgh.
Have you ever flown to a game with your opponent before?
No. No, it's a little unique, but I understand why. I mean, it's either that or we both go commercial, so it's good for both of us. And but it is unique. It's a little different. Yeah, charter plane out of Lewiston tomorrow morning. So we'll get to know each other well.